to go? Like
Oh, I don't know.
west?
I have no destination. You know what they say? It's about the journey, not the destination. Whatever that
But
fancy
where in
little
Michigan
phrase.
are you right now? Did you just walk?
Oh, I'm by like Shipshawana, which is like almost to Indiana. I'm almost there.
Where?
It's called Shipshawana. They have like flea markets
Oh,
and stuff. It's not in Michigan. That's not in Michigan, but like I'm almost there.
oh, okay.
You know how I don't know if you were paying attention to my YouTube, but I walked across like the Netherlands and shit too. So
Yeah, I know. One of the questionable things that you do sometimes.
everything I do is questionable to people. I don't know. I don't want to call myself old school because, but it does seem like the stories our grandparents tell us about did you ever get the stories like, oh, I walked 10 miles uphill to school there and back?
Yeah, but the thing is that I did some of those things because I grew up in like a very far-flung community. And then I don't know if you know this. During Christmas, we have like an early morning mass for like 9 days. So everyone, most religious people would wake up around 3 o'clock and then go to the church in the main town, like to attend church. And since you're like living in a very far-flung community, there's no means of transportation going there around 3 o'clock. So usually I would like go with my friends because they're like attending mass. I would do that also. So we would walk from our barangay or our community going to the main town just to attend. Actually, I don't attend the mass. I just like buy food outside
Yeah, it's like a festival, right?
the
I mean, I
church.
get it.
Yeah.
Like, lots of people do alley lacad, which is like walking for hour from wherever they're from to that one church, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
That's
that,
also a
like,
stupid thing to do. Hi.
hello.
Thank you for watching our live. I have been trying to do the clips on our first episode. I realized it was a little bit hard actually to like edit, and then it's like hard to edit the videos because it's like 3 minutes and it will take some time actually to like
Oh,
um
process and everything.
yeah, the processing is. And I paid premium for like the studio that I'm using.
Oh,
Hey,
did
we're
you?
we're we're like going to discuss about some stories. The title is "Am I the Asshole?" We will be like talking about those things and then judge other people,
Because that's what we're good at.
judging.
Judge, jury, and executioner out here.
So, would you like to start? I prepared like a lot of stories now
Are we a little bit more
because
like
it's
different
interesting.
now?
And just in case if you wanted to decide to like to go longer, then we can just like finish every stories. I think I prepared around 8 stories today, maybe more.
Oh, right on, right
No
on.
one didn't stop me, so I was just pasting and pasting the stories.
Yeah, whenever you're
Anyway,
ready.
guys, thank you for like watching our live. We appreciate it. If you could follow, subscribe to our channel. And
Yes,
Dorian's
you too.
channel is available in most of my videos and clips. You can follow. What's the name of your channel, Dorian?
Oh, it's very hard to spell. It's Kleinfelidae, which German for small, and it's German and Latin. So it's like you know, it's better to look
Hello,
for it.
Junmar. Yeah. Anyway, you will see anytime you see Dorian's face in my videos, You will see his channel tag in that one, so you can also follow him. You should follow him actually.
That's how you do the one heart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you want also to donate this, so fine. And if you want to buy some Filipino merch, I'm also selling merch there.
Yeah, it's good stuff too. Has all the dishes on the one shirt, right?
Yeah, that's not only that. I have also some like you have like a T-shirt that has a jeepney in it. Don't have it yet, but I'm trying to like get an example of it. But it's in the merch. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Also, please like and please stay with us. And you can, who knows, you can also judge other people with the
Yeah.
stories. The first one is quite an interesting one. You want to start, Dorian? You want to start?
Oh
Are
yeah,
you
yeah. Go
ready?
ahead.
Okay.
Sorry, I shook my head. I forgot I gotta like speak and stuff. Sometimes I forget.
Thank you guys for watching. Anyway, let me start. So, am I the asshole for telling my husband that his vasectomy and my lung surgery are not the same?
For what?
No. Am I the asshole for telling my husband that his vasectomy and my lung surgery are not the same?
Lung surgery. Yeah, like I already think I know where I'm gonna
You
go
know
with this
what
one.
vasectomy is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Um, 5 weeks ago, I underwent surgery to remove some tumors from my lungs, as doctors couldn't confirm that they were not cancerous. Due to some complications during the surgery, I ended up with my chest opened fully instead of keyhole. Fortunately, they were not cancerous. After the surgery, I spent a week in the hospital and was advised to strictly rest at home for at least the next 5 weeks. 3 weeks after the operation, 2 weeks ago, my husband had a vasectomy. He spent a couple of days in bed resting alongside me before he went back to work. Housework went a bit on the burner whilst we were both recovering, but my husband seems to think that once he had recovered, I should have recovered as well. He's refusing to do almost anything around the house and says along the lines if I'm not hovering, you get up and do it, etc. When I remind him I have a major operation 5 weeks ago, I get hit with, well, I had surgery too. I said to him, I know you had surgery too, but vasectomy and open chest surgery are not the same thing. He got pretty annoyed, said that surgery was surgery, and that means we both get the same amount of recovery. He won't talk to me now, and it's been hours. Now I'm wondering if I minimized what he went through and basically said to him that it was no big deal. Is that how it comes across? Am I the asshole?
No, no. That guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
I think it's stupid.
Yeah. I feel like a
Why
vasectomy
would
should
you
only have like
even? Yeah, a vasectomy is like the kind of surgery where you can schedule anytime. So
yeah,
why would you
yeah.
schedule a vasectomy during the time when your wife
What's
is
already
in
getting
like a big
surgery?
surgery? It's a lung surgery. Yeah,
I, one, I don't know, and then also I thought it would be like 2, 3 days to recover. Like I don't know. I just assumed they went in there with like a little sharp probe and cut the cord, and that
Yeah, a
was it.
little short thing, and then they will just cut it.
It can't be that like much recovery even. I I mean I don't know. I'm not a medical professional. I've never had my had a vasectomy, but like I can't imagine it would take forever.
But the thing is that why would you even try to schedule the
No, I
vasectomy
get where
thing alongside your wife's?
it, yeah, it seems like there was some like mismanagement of time there too. Yeah, I get what you're saying completely. Um, maybe there was like a miscommunication in the first place, like beyond like the whole like the scheduling thing. But yeah, you would think
Or
that you would
maybe it's
want to
just
take care of
stupid.
your wife. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Even
maybe he's just
actually, if you're like having a vasectomy that day, you still have like the option to reschedule, especially when you
yeah,
know that your wife just had a surgery.
yeah. Like why would you not like? You'd think that like the whole plan would be, yeah, I'm gonna take care of my wife directly after the surgery. You got 5 weeks to
Yeah,
take care of them. It's like not even a terribly long time, especially when you're married. So I
yeah,
don't even know.
so stupid. You wanna like hear some comments?
Yeah, I do. I want. They're gonna be
If you don't
racy
have
as
kids, if you don't have kids, I'd leave. What the hell? I am wondering why he would do vasectomy around your surgery. That seems like bad timing. Sounds like he just wanted the competition when there is none. You didn't minimize what he went through. He's minimizing what you went through. And then additionally turning it around to make you feel guilty. I'm not sure I even want to comment on the silent treatment because I have very specific thoughts about people who this cops abuses. Cops. Oh,
yeah,
I read the cop. I should have thought. Yeah, it's
yeah,
so
dude. It
stupid.
sounds
I mean,
it sounds like a total gaslighting. There is like some serious reversal on that. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. I don't know.
And it's also a red flag actually for you to have that kind of person thinking like that. A stupid person who doesn't know how to weigh things, you know? If you wanted to like a vasectomy is so different from a lung surgery, obviously. And if
Yeah,
you can
definitely.
know the difference about that and um how big the other one is, I think there's a problem with that kind of thinking. At least for me. I
Thank,
don't know about you.
yeah, thank God they're not having any more kids, right? Even if they have any now, there are no more for sure, because
Yeah,
all of that is bad behavior and stupidity, like all the way through it. Thank God they will not be breeding any more of that. That's all I got to say. Really, dude. Sounds like that guy doesn't need no more children or any to begin
yeah,
with.
I'm sure. This just weird. I should have like tried to. This is. I'm just wondering also when you try to date someone, Dorian, or you know, are you particular if just that person end up being like stupid in a few dates when you're talking? Do you get do you get turned off when someone speaks and suddenly you will find out that that person is stupid? Are
I'm
we
not over.
like
I'm not like a total elitist asshole, I guess, but I do not appreciate willful ignorance. Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah, it makes
Like,
sense.
there's like one thing to be kind of like dumb and not to know stuff,
Yeah.
but then there's like being
Would you like
willful
I'm
ignorant.
just wondering also. Um would you at least like to date someone who is at least at the level of your intellect? I'm just wondering.
I think most people prefer someone that is within their range of intelligence. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
How are you supposed to have a conversation with someone that is like
That's
either
true.
way, but like talking like quantum mechanical structures of
Mm,
finite space versus oh someone went to the bathroom or whatever else. You know what I mean? Like what you
mm.
gotta have you gotta be within the same range as the person you're talking to, kind of. You know what I mean? There's
I'm
this
just
thing
wondering
that's
also.
I know you're
Go,
right.
go.
There's this thing about intellect that you can only comfortably hold a conversation. And then we can go here or there with the whole IQ scale or whatever, but according to some researchers, you can only comfortably have conversation with people who are within 10 points of IQ as yourself.
I see.
So if you're like at a 100, you can only have conversations comfortably with someone that's either a 90 or 110
Mm,
without like too much friction due to the fact of what you do or do not know. So if you're like
I
at
see.
120, it's only someone that's like a. I might have the exact numbers wrong here. It might be 15 points of IQ or within 15 points of
I see.
IQ. But yeah, it's like you can only comfortably interact with people within those ranges or feel fulfilled by those interactions at least. So yeah.
I'm just wondering also, like, for example, if you're like dating someone and she mentions that Europe is a country, would you be offended? Offended?
No, no. I say something
I
nice to
mean, would you
them.
be turned off, not offended?
Turned off. I guess it depends on how they say it, right? You know what I mean? Like if it's like an ironic thing, uh, probably not. You know, like if they genuinely thought Europe was a country, I would, I would need to assess them further. Maybe they're just like they got like autism smarts and like they just don't know geography for whatever reason. You know, maybe they're really good at math or something. There's something else they're really good at. You know, I don't know.
Hi,
You should
Alex.
probably
Where in the
explore
US
that.
are you from? Hello, Debbie.
The way the internet
Yeah,
makes it
I
seem like a lot of people don't know the difference between what a continent is and a country is. So it's not even just like you know.
yeah.
I think the internet makes it seem like it's pretty common. I don't know. I have
But
never
the thing
tried
is that
to
the
assess.
the the thing also when all of the information are just up for grabs, it's already easy. But still, we still have these people actually who are like so ignorant about things. And not
Hmm.
saying that I'm like the smartest or something, but at
Yeah.
least
No, you'd think that they like again, like I think I've talked to you before a little bit about this, that everyone needs to not only have the bare minimum of an eighth grade education, but to have retained like I think when I said it, I said they needed at least a bare minimum of an eighth grade of education. I need to go further and
mm,
re-express that and say that you need to be able to retain the level of an eighth grade education. You know what I'm saying? You don't just need to be taught up to an eighth grade. You need to, you know, like then because then you get like fractions and some minor geometry. You know geography.
yeah,
You know what an cumulonimbus cloud is because you took Earth science. You know what I'm saying? You know how rain works.
yeah,
You get what I'm saying? Like, you need the bare like. There's this show here in America. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called "Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?" Like
yeah.
the
We
fact
have
that
that
that's a
show
show
here
at all.
also.
You do have that show there. You know
Yeah,
what I'm talking about then.
like a
The fact,
Filipino version of it, and it was on when I was around. I was in elementary, and during that time, I think I am smart during my level because I'm like always getting high grades on something. I was so grade conscious during that time. So I would answer most of those questions. But time pass and you will forget all the information that you had during.
they
But
say
I
that
would still actually remember.
they say that you do lose like a third. I think it's a third of information over the summer, and you know if you don't like constantly reiterate it, you know what I mean, to yourself, you know you
Yeah,
do lose it.
and
But
especially if the
for
subject
broad
is not
stroke
your
stuff.
type, I for sure would not remember anything already. But the thing is that there are specific things that I still remember during elementary. Like, I could still remember most of our history because I like history a lot. I
Hmm.
can still remember like the Philippine Constitution because we tackled it during grade 5. Because yeah, I still have that also.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, but you probably remember the broad strokes. You know what are the kinds of rocks? Do you know the kinds of rocks?
Igneous, metamorphic, right? Is that one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, metamorphic. What's the
Yeah,
other
so
one? The what?
it's sedimentary. It's a sedimentary. But you
Sedimentary. Yeah.
remember you would have got there. That's what I'm saying. But it's like everyone. That's what I'm saying. This is like up to eight. Like that's probably below eighth grade. But like, you know what I mean, like up to the eighth grade and be able to retain it is super important for people
I'm just
to
wondering also,
in
is
society.
Igneous the right pronunciation for that?
Not exactly, but it's okay.
What's the
Igneous
pronunciation of that?
metamorphic.
Igneous. Okay. That's
Yeah,
how they
you're
pronounce it
pretty
here in
close.
the Philippines, Igneous. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really close. I knew what you were talking about. That's the thing. Yeah,
That's how they pronounce it here, the teachers.
no, it's
Growing
it,
up, we would like, this is so stupid. Growing up, we would like read giraffe as giraffe.
giraffe. Oh, dude, I like that. I do. I like that, dude. Giraffe, giraffe.
So
That's
stupid.
that's way more
Yeah,
fun than giraffe, dude. What the hell, dude? We need. I, I'm starting a petition. We call it giraffe
giraffe.
from now on.
Oh my god.
Any animal with an e at the end, automatically
Yeah,
is now
it should be
giraffe.
read like that.
Yeah, because it's just like more. It's just it's cooler. It's more adorable. You know what I mean? And
And
I don't know. I like it.
go go.
I'll
And
go. What? What did you say?
psoriasis.
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 Yeah. It's like the skin thing.
We call it psoriasis.
Psoriasis.
Yeah. Oh, that's so stupid. I, I feel so cringe, so cringe listening to that. Psoriasis.
It's like it's probably to do with like your guys' like the phonology of your guys' alphabet and stuff though. You know, like the how the like your different letters are and stuff. That's or the
Yeah.
pronunciation. You know, it's I think that's common.
Anyway,
It's all
let's
different.
continue. I think we're done with the story.
Yeah.
But the thing is that anyway, an optional surgery is different from something that you will get actually to remove something.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. No, if you're getting polyps taken off your like tumors off your lungs and stuff like that, it's definitely way different than a
Yeah.
vasectomy. Should have he's dumb. Should have scheduled a different time. Should be supportive of the wife and not gaslight her. You know what I mean?
I'm just wondering also for before we like end this story, is it that normal in at least in the US to like just easily divorce someone if you have found like a big red flag to that person?
You know, I don't know what the divorce statistics are anymore.
Mm,
I know you guys don't legally have divorce, right?
yeah,
I think here the divorce has gone. It was going steadily up there for a while since like the '90s or
yeah.
'80s or '90s. Divorce started to get more and more common, and it shot
Mm,
way up, like and probably doubled. But I think it's starting to level out again, or at least
I see.
like kind of like it hit its peak and it kind of like decreased and leveled out as people.
I see.
The thing is about here, like we're just like really prone. We were always really prone to get married early without like having a full
Mm,
understanding of people. I think does that make
I
sense?
see.
Like you get like that,
Yeah.
like oh puppy love, whatever else, and then they just get married when in fact they probably should not. And as a
The
result,
thing with like
it's
relationships here in the Philippines, especially in the 90s and like the earlier years, is that before you're going to start dating, actually someone would still court you and stuff, like
Like your parents or
sing
something you're
something
with.
to you, like visit your house, sing to you,
Oh,
they would
okay,
do that
yeah.
like, so when you started dating, you will still start to like getting to know each other is still not part of the dating. You will be dating when you have already like met the parents or things like that. I'm not sure about now because I think most people here in the Philippines are more liberated already. So sometimes they would just hook up, especially
Yeah, no,
here
no.
in Manila.
Yeah, no, I think that that's the thing. Those kind of like older school, more traditional, whatever mechanics of things, I guess you would say, are not necessarily inherently bad. Like they give you this space to suss someone out. You know, like you said, you kind of already know the
Yeah,
person. You've already introduced them to your friends and stuff. It isn't so
yeah,
much about like the I don't want to call it intimacy, like the physical intimacy level. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not
yeah,
like kissing them and whatever else until you actually have known them and they know your parents maybe and stuff like that, right? Yeah. So
yeah.
it's like quote unquote traditional, but it does help to alleviate the chance of divorce and or to have like this excuse that you don't know somebody later.
Yeah,
Right.
and also like there's like infatuation, right? So it's like diminishing infatuation during those kinds of phase because at the end of the day you will just like wake up and then, I just like him for this,
Bored.
and I'm not really liking him to the point that I'm going to like be with him for like a long time.
No, exactly. Yeah, completely. I completely get it. Yeah, no, that is a big portion of it too. It's like what is it, 3 to 6 months? You know what I mean? Until you
Yeah,
know for sure if you really like someone, or like you know what I mean. That's like the puppy love period and stuff too,
yeah.
where like feelings are higher than what they would be normally at a base level.
Just like
I
they
think it's
said,
important.
you won't smell the dead person until it's living with you for quite a while.
Yeah,
Just
exactly,
kidding.
exactly, precisely. That's right.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, thank you so
For
much.
the three persons who are watching our live, and the other one is me. Anyway,
Boosters.
am I? We're going to the next topic. Okay. By the way, how does my voice work? Oh, you're watching that. My teacher taught me that when I was in college. But it's a good thing actually. You will never know someone's
That's
character
true.
after you have been living with that person for quite some time, especially when you're like cohabitating, living in, kinda. You will know your partner when you have been living with that person for quite a while. And that's like the good thing actually about living with each other first before like marrying at least because you will know if you're like fit with each other. I don't know. What do you think, Dorian?
Yeah, no, I do. I agree with you. They won't forget it. Hell yeah, dude. I don't think I will either. I think you've said it to me before, actually. That whole quote, "You won't smell the body until they've been living with the dead body unless it's been living with you for a while." Yeah, I've heard you say that before.
Well,
I
I
don't think I will
appreciate that
either.
someone appreciate.
Yeah, no, it's a good saying,
So
honestly.
it's a little bit dark.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's a good explanation.
we're moving on. Am I the asshole for telling my wife I'm done trying to have a baby after she had a miscarriage and now she won't talk to me?
Can you say that again? Because maybe I
Am
want to
I
make
the
sure I get it.
asshole? Yeah. Am I the asshole for telling my wife I'm done trying to have a baby after she had a miscarriage, and now she won't talk to me. So apparently they have been trying, based on what I've read, they have been trying for quite some time. But I think the wife had some miscarriage for quite a while, basing on what I've read. And now he told her that he is done trying, and now his wife is not talking to him, kind of like that.
I gotta hear the
Did
reasoning behind it.
yeah,
I gotta hear the reasoning behind.
yeah. I, 35 male, have been married to my wife Anna, 33 female, for 5 years. We've been trying to have a baby for the last 2 years. We've been through two miscarriages, and it has been devastating each time. For one, the first one was at 10 weeks. The second was at 15 weeks. Both times, Anna's body went through so much that her heart was completely broken. I have tried to be supportive. I've taken time off work to be with her. I have held her while she cried. I have gone to every appointment and every ultrasound. I've done everything I I can think of to help her through this. But recently I've been doing a lot of thinking. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted from the hope and the disappointment. I am exhausted from seeing the woman that I love in so much pain. I'm scared. I'm scared for her health because the last miscarriage was really complicated and she had complications that required surgery. I'm scared that if we keep trying, something worse might happen. Last week, I told Anna I think we should stop trying. I said I love her more than anything, and I don't want to risk her health or our relationship. I said I'm okay with just being the two of us. I said I want to move forward and find a way to be happy again. She stared at me with this empty look. She got up and walked away. She barely said a word to me in a week. She doesn't eat, she doesn't sleep, she's just gone. I tried to talk to her again yesterday. She told me I'm a monster for giving up on our dream. She said I'm abandoning her when she needs me the most. She said I don't understand how badly she wants to be a mother. She told me to leave her alone. I feel like I'm not giving up on anything. I'm trying to protect her. I'm trying to protect us. But she sees me as the enemy now. Am I the asshole? This is hard.
The guy genuinely cares. He's
Yeah.
it's being very thoughtful about this. You know, factoring in that there's been two miscarriages, one at 10 weeks and one at 15 weeks. The
Mm,
amount he's factoring in the emotional weight of that, and then like the physical
yeah.
weight, like what that does to the lady's body, and obviously like with the hormones and stuff, that's going to do even more, right? You know what I mean? Just because,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, the baby that now is not a baby, unfortunately. And then he's like taking into account also his own perspective about it. You know what I mean? Like how it is exhausting, how he feels, so he knows how he feels already, and then how that must also mean that that lady must feel that same way in some regards, even if she does want to be a mother. I don't think he's an asshole. I think that I think it was very thoughtful. I think it was very thoughtful and well
Yeah.
thought out.
At
Um,
the first, at the title, actually, I was kind of judging him when I have read like the whole story now after this. I think he just cares about the person.
yeah, he definitely. I think he understands even that like she wants to be a mother and whatever else and things like
Mm,
that. And it's just yeah, I think he's a good guy. I think he's real sweet. You know, and he's a sweet dude. He just wants what's best for their lives. You know, maybe they can adopt. But I didn't
I
hear anything about a
think,
doctor. I don't think. Also, so he
yeah,
should be going to a doctor if
I
there's that.
I think they should need to like give her time first to grieve and to like
Yeah,
he just like went through something that is, I think, hard to let go. She just had a miscarriage, and she's like still full of hormones, I think, because of like pregnancy and stuff. So
Which is
I
going to only make
think,
the next one harder.
yeah, and also I think he should like give her space, just to think, and maybe when she's done, she's still grieving for sure. It's a loss, and it's kind of like a dream for her also. She lost a baby, she lost a
Yeah.
dream. It will take time for her like to like think clearly, and when she reaches that point, he can explain to her. At least that's what I think he should do. How about
Yeah,
you?
I agree. I think that there's like this the period of grieving and stuff like you're saying,
Mm,
like rebound. Like first the hormones need to rebalance. You know what I mean? Because you're all those hormones are going into producing this child, and all of a sudden it's not producing that child because of whatever reason that caused the miscarriage. And
mm,
again, if they've had two in 2 years, it could also be that like because they didn't wait that a little bit of time. You know what I mean? So like her cycles could rebalance and again, I'm not a fertility doctor, you know what I'm saying, but I do know that that probably has some bearing on your ability to carry children, right? You know what I'm saying? And then
yeah,
like
you
beyond
need
that,
at
like
least
her
to have
personal
like
grief.
2 years before you try to get pregnant again normally, for your body
Oh
to
yeah,
be able to like cope with the changes, you know.
yeah. See that you said 2 years, right? And they've had two
Yeah,
miscarriages in 2 years. So
yeah,
maybe like you're saying, maybe at least wait the one, and then you have that period of grieving. You know what I'm saying for having lost the two children. Yeah, I think they just. I think he's a good guy. I think
which
he's
is
very
also
thoughtful.
weird because when you try to grieve, actually, the minimum amount of months for you to move on is 6 months. For you to move on is at least 2 years. After 2 years, if
So
you can't still move on, you need to see a doctor.
yeah, yeah. So it sounds like you're 2 years ahead. Like they probably should. The hormones will be balanced, and then you'll have had time to grieve, and everything will be
Yeah,
beautiful. If you still want children, you can still have them. Because you'll only be 35
yeah,
then too. It's not that's not
yeah,
past the prime
that's
of
true.
having children even. So
And
I
if
think he's
you
a good
really
guy.
wanted to like, you know, have a child, you should try other things, I guess, if you have the money.
Yeah, you could adopt
That's
or
the only
whatever. Also,
thing that's like um making you not to like look for other options if you don't have enough money to do it.
yeah. See, in America, you get paid to adopt kids. Technically, I think, depending on where you adopt them from. So it's like you could even
Oh,
get
really?
paid to have a child. So I don't know.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, I know it's weird.
Here in the
I don't
Philippines,
know
if
how it
you
works.
adapt, you get here in the Philippines, if you adapt, you get good luck. Just kidding. You will, and you will be questioned a lot if you have like the money to like um nurture a child and things like that. Yeah,
It is
and I think
expensive.
it's also it makes sense. Most of the Filipinos don't have a lot of money like to provide you a good future.
They would definitely be like this. They can't have kids. That's just what it would be, right? Isn't there like a probably a
Yeah,
thing there where it's like a I don't want to call it like a
yeah.
it want to it's about fertility. There's a thing about fertility there, I'm sure, with
No,
couples and stuff. If you know, some
what
places
do you
there's like
mean?
this, like if you can't like
No,
they'll
we
just
don't
talk
have that.
about you behind your back or whatever if you can't have kids or something.
No, we
No,
don't have.
not so much.
And
Okay, sorry,
just in
my
case
mistake.
we have that, no one will like. Are we talking about sperm banks and things like that?
No, I mean, do you guys have those? I'm curious now.
No, We won't.
Oh,
It will be like a failure because no one could afford to do it. I mean, like paying to buy like someone's sperm or things like that.
and
I mean,
everyone would be having
we're a
girlfriends.
poor country. We don't have like the money. We have some celebrities who does those things, even surrogacy, but they don't do it here in the Philippines. They would like do it abroad,
Yeah, oh, I get you.
and it will cost millions.
I would almost consider doing it if I thought I was going to actually get paid any amount of real money, but alas, you
I
know.
I thought you will. This is just me like watching some things in some sitcoms in the US. Didn't Joey and Friends like donated sperm actually to earn some money?
I think in Friends, yeah, he did, and you can.
Yeah,
There's places you can do it. It's just like you got to have certain physical features, or like
yeah.
they want college graduated, 6 foot
Mm,
tall, this that and the other, as if that has like the height thing, kind of has a bearing. But you got to think that
mm,
like things like addictive potential and college degrees and
I see.
everything else. Those aren't necessarily indicatively genetically based at all. So it's just super
Mm,
weird. And also like
I
the
see.
things in intelligence is like usually the children's intelligence like recede to the mean. You know what I mean? So it's like even if you're above intelligent, unless you have the same education and upbringing and everything else like that, your child's going to be just normally they're going to have 100 IQ. It's like the standard, everything
I see.
deviates to the mean. So it's just like it's just stupid to even use that, but it is a good sell point. It is good marketing. I give them that.
You wanna hear the comments for that story?
Yeah, let's hear them.
No, not the asshole. You both need individual therapy and couples therapy. This sounds incredibly hard and emotionally draining for both of you. I hope you two can work it out. Not a hassle, but don't infantilize her or make decisions for her. You can't make her not want a child. My own mother went through 5 pregnancies for 2 children, 3 miscarriages, mid pregnancy, and 2 very risky pregnancies 40 years ago, and has no regrets to this day. She wanted motherhood that bad. She never faltered for a second. It's totally fine if you can't be a part of it anymore, but she gets to know her own mind and what is the price and what is the price she's willing to pay. She's an adult. Don't protect her from that. Not asshole, but you desperately need marriage counseling. And if you decided you no longer want to have a baby with her, and she still wants one, this is likely the end of your marriage. That's not a conflict you can compromise on. I think the comment has some point in it. We can't really like force her to like stop with her dreaming. But the thing is that what I had mentioned earlier, he needs like to wait for her actually to like um be done with grieving because she just lost a child. You can just like tell her that immediately when she's full of hormones and she just lost someone.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's the thing. Like it would be like it would be bad for her mental health and his mental health.
Yeah,
It would be like a toxic like or not a toxic behavior on his part. It would be it would be a negative psychological trait. I don't know what to exactly call it. You know what I mean? I'm running
yeah.
blank here, but it would be something. It would be terrible on his part. He would be a more of a bad guy if he did not. Does that make sense?
You know what?
I think.
This
I
is the
think.
thing. I
Go
just
ahead,
like
sorry.
thought about it. He mentioned he cared for his wife, but then she find a way to tell this while she is having some grieving. She just lost someone. I don't think you're caring if you're going to open this kind of topic while she is like lost someone. So
He's definitely. Do you know like? the underpinning tone there you just pulled out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
I agree with you a little bit. Where are
He's
you
kind of
finding the tone?
gaslighting that she's the wrong one here, but be
I
he
think you're
might
right.
be wrong in this like situation. When you really cared, you should just shut up. You should like do not add problems to something yet. You're just adding fuel
He,
to the
he's
flame, I
he's
guess.
he's validation seeking. That's for sure. He's
Yeah,
definitely validation seeking. Um,
yeah.
and considering the context, yeah, you shouldn't be validation seeking in that exact event. And I think you're right, dude. I think that there's more to the story that he's just not telling now.
Hi. We are
Yeah, we're going
actually
off of.
we usually go live every Saturday. Dorian's in the US it will be around morning. Here in the Philippines it will be at night. I'm not sure if Dorian will be able to continue doing this every Saturday because he's kind of traveling, you mentioned. We'll try to be doing it every Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. Um, Another thing is, most of the time, I'm pretty sure miscarriages, if you are in a relationship, there's a very high probability that the relationship does not continue, regardless if you know what I mean. That's why, like, someone's talking about marriage counseling. That's a definite must. I can't remember the statistic. It's pretty high.
I,
It's pretty high. It's almost it's a
I
yeah.
I would think that mostly this happens around in the US, maybe. Remember when we were like watching the um series called Why Women Kill? The first family
Mhm.
whom their child actually was killed. So the husband was cheating with some other woman because
Yeah,
he has find no reason. At least I don't know. Did you remember that?
kind of, yeah.
Yeah, their relationship got a little bit sour
Hmm.
after their kid died, and that's why he started like cheating on her wife, I guess.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they were trying a lot already to like be pregnant again, but it doesn't happen that easily,
Yeah, no,
I think.
I do remember what we're talking about. Did the other lady get pregnant?
Yeah, the one he's cheating with in the diner. And then after that, she tried to tell the husband, the original wife, tried to tell the husband that she's dying of cancer. And then that husband was happy because she is going to get rid of the original wife. And the one he is cheating with is pregnant. Like it's like
Yeah, I remember.
an answered prayer for him, kinda.
Yeah, I remember that. God, man. Okay,
That's weird.
ridiculous. Some people, man, I don't get normal people. How do they have these like emotional turmoils and things all the time? Ugh.
Is
Like I
there
understand,
some time
but
in your life where you felt very emotional? Because
you know,
if I as I understand it correctly, you like don't really read emotions a lot, kinda, right?
I mean, I can read emotion. I do emotions and stuff. You know, I just don't
So,
focus on negative emotions as much as I can. I guess. You know, if I feel sad or whatever, or feel this way or that way, you know, I'm gonna experience it for, you know what I'm saying, but I'm not gonna dwell on it. I feel like a lot of like the time people who you know, when you get sad or whatever, you get mad, people want to feed into that emotion a lot.
mm,
You know what I mean? So they keep feeling it. It's like almost like an addiction kind of mechanic there.
mm,
That's why like we have like such the news cycles we do, you know what I mean, are all fear mongering, this, that, and the other. It's to engage people and
okay.
keep them hooked. Right. So I try not to make that like my whole person here. And
Mm.
I feel it and then I push it, I cast it away. No more. I don't need you. You're a
I'm
negative
just also
emotion.
wondering,
Go away.
do you
You know what I
even
mean?
feel fear?
Oh, fear, man. That's just another negative emotion. Fear is like all fear is like something even more complex because fear is like
Mm,
completely constructed by our own thoughts, right?
yeah,
Our own anxieties, this, that, and the other. They're
yeah.
all constructed. There's like irrational fear, and then there's primal fears, which are a little bit
Mm,
different. You know what I mean? Like they're not like an irrational fear is something you can't, for whatever reason, can't control. It's not even like a thought. It's like you see an object and you freak out, right? But and they're kind of
like
very
fear of
similar to
water.
what
Fear of
you
water.
said. Yeah, exactly. It's like that's a little. I didn't know people could be afraid of water. But yeah, this is like
Yeah,
the
there are people who
hydrophobia.
are hydrophobia, like those who experience rabies. After 3 days of getting rabid, actually they will be afraid of water.
Oh, you're
You
talking
will
about rabies.
know
Yeah,
if you have
yeah,
rabies and you're dying
yeah.
already because you are afraid of water.
No, 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 no. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I did know that actually. I did know that. I forgot. I forgot. It's too late then, though.
That's like a medical thing already. You're
Yeah,
like
no,
infected with something already. But there are other fears, like irrational, really. Like,
arachnophobia. There's like fear of snakes and
oh, I think
everything
it's
else.
rational if you're like afraid of spiders. There are venomous spiders.
Y- that's another fair point. You know, I never quite under. Some people consider it like within that realm of irrational. There are poisonous spiders. You're right. Just like there's poisonous snakes. And then there's
Yeah,
also
even
very
snakes. You
big
could
spiders.
die actually if you're like bitten by a cobra or something.
Yeah, that not really irrational,
You
really.
don't
I
even
think
actually need to be bitten by cobra. There are cobras who spit venom.
there's some that dissolve your skin too. It's not even a. I don't know. I don't think that's a
Yeah,
cobra, but it
the
like
vipers.
dissolves your skin.
The
Yeah,
vipers. They would spit and then they would turn your skin necrotic.
yeah, exactly. No, I completely get what you're saying. Some people consider them like they consider them irrational because all you have to do is see it and then you freak out and run the other way. I think that's why it's considered
I would
irrational.
run.
No, no, I completely understand. I get what
Even
you're
with
saying.
rats. I'm afraid of rats.
They do have. I don't particularly like rats, but again, it's like the disease thing, and they're not. They
Yeah,
will eat a they will eat a living person if they're asleep there. They will chew on
yeah.
your toes, like It's just like they will do it. They don't care. So like to not want them around you is totally fair.
How
Anyway,
about cockroaches?
I don't really mind them. I don't. I feel like any large bug most people don't like, right? Like it's just like
Okay.
the legs. They feel weird on your skin. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
how
especially
our nerves.
when you're sleeping and then suddenly they will like just go in your face. Okay. Have you
Yes,
experienced
yes.
that?
I've never with a was it EPIS, right?
Yeah.
Did I
Yeah.
remember that right? Yeah,
Oh, you
never.
know that?
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that goes into like irrational or from irrational to
Mm,
like primal fears. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hear a loud banging noise, that's not really afraid. You're not really afraid necessarily if you jump.
yeah.
That's not the same thing as true fear. That's like a just a neurological response. It's a loud noise. You fucking it pops your eardrum or whatever. Hits your eardrum. You
Mm,
got to know what it is. It's just instinct. It's not. So you say this fear is a weird thing, right?
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Any other fear is like all completely constructed in our head. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm afraid to go talk to this person,
No,
but
that's
it's mostly
irrational
because
fear.
but like if you don't want to call on the phone and talk to someone and you're afraid to interact with someone for one reason or another, it's purely constructed because all you're doing is you're thinking about how that interaction will go one way or another, what one person might say or another thing, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
it's all thought based. It's all thought. That's and I don't agree with fear. It's not that I
I
can't necessarily feel it, but I don't agree with it.
The thing is
So
that actually like yesterday, I like this person a lot. And I'm just afraid to like message him. Oh my god. Not message that person. You know what's weird? Actually, suddenly around 11, like he messaged me, kinda. So I don't know, but next week we might be meeting. I don't really like I don't really like want to like message him because I don't want that person to think that I'm into
Okay.
that person. I'm just waiting for him actually to message me, and then if he like wants to meet, then I'll meet.
There's being aloof, and then there's being too aloof, where the, you know what I mean? Like if a tiger sits and watches the prey all day and just waits for it to
Yeah.
come running in its mouth, it's never gonna eat.
Hmm.
And so you go ahead and watch the prey for now, but if you don't let it wander off too far. You know what I mean?
But the thing is that actually, he has this that person. Oh my god, that's why I hate like the English language because it has a gender based pronouns.
Be careful with that.
Anyway,
Let's be careful with that.
anyway, he's like a stubborn kind of character, so it will be hard for that person to like make people like the attitude. But the thing is that when that person makes his character hard to like you know hard to understand, it makes me wanna like try even harder, kinda, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Some people do that like instinctually. It's like a character trait they have. I used to do it all the time when I was younger. That's again that's like that goes back to that being aloof thing, being aloof but not
Mm,
too aloof. You know what I'm saying? It's oh my god, dude, I don't know how to explain it. It's the mystery. It's the mystery. It's how you wrap up what you are into something in a way that
yeah,
every time someone pulls back a fold or looks in a shadow, they see something new.
you know,
Or like it's like a house of mirror. Like you go into it like one of those house of mirrors. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden
yeah,
you walk into a mirror or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? You know what a house of mirrors is?
yeah. I know. I've seen some. We don't have that here, but
It's like a
it's
mirror
like
sitting inside.
if I uh, let me explain if I get it correctly. Like you go to this like specific room and there are like mirrors in different angles, and then you will be seeing yourself a lot. Is that the one that you're talking about?
Oh, yeah, I guess that's kind of like I might be misdis. There's also another kind of thing that's like maybe it's not called a house of mirrors, but it's like a maze, but it's all glass and mirrors.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's
So
like a
you
maze,
like
and then
walk
there are
through it and you
mirrors.
like
Yeah, yeah,
hit the wall and stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, exactly, yes. I love them. I love
So
them. I'm
that's a
honestly
maze. I thought that's just like a thing.
some of them are just
Anyway,
like just individual mirrors. You know what I'm saying? It'll like
yeah.
distort the way your body looks and stuff like that. But
Mm,
they do have like these things. It might not be some of them. Sometimes they call them house of mirrors. It just depends where you're at. But they're like
I see.
things that you'll see at the fair, and it'll just be a
Yeah.
bunch of like it'll be a maze. You'll walk in it, and it'll be a bunch of glass panels, and all over in it there'll be different mirrors. But you don't see the glass because it's super clean, and it's like
Mm,
maybe the way they do the light inside the building. So you like walk around and you'll just smack into glass
yeah.
panels, or you'll like run into a mirror or something. Like you're trying to find your way out of it. It's really fun. It's
I'm just
kind of
wondering
like
also, Dorian, do
what?
people get accidents with that one? Like
What do you
when
mean? Oh
someone
yeah,
bumps into a mirror, doesn't it easily break or something? Just
that's the thing. They use like a special kind of like glass or something, or maybe
I
it's
see.
like plexiglass or something like that.
I
So
see.
they put like panels and stuff. It's they're doing a way that like stuff doesn't break easily. I'm sure you could break some of the stuff, but no, like that's the thing. Like you can literally sometimes find the way through the maze because you'll see all the different smudged like faces or
I see.
arms imprints where
Oh,
people have smacked on something. That's what I always do.
have
That's
you
how I get
tried
through
that
them.
before? You
What?
have tried it.
No, I love those,
It's a
dude. I
bad
love,
thing we don't have that kind of things here.
dude. No, I that's that. I will have to find one sometime and videotape it and send you a video of it because they're a blast, dude. They're really fun. It's kind of like considered like a little kid thing, but you know,
Yeah.
I'm a child, so what can I say?
Yeah.
They're a good time.
Anyway,
They're really good. I bet
let's
that would.
continue with like the other topic.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
Are you like saying something?
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. I was just thinking that
You
that'd be something
know,
really cool
you
if
know
you
what?
had it.
You know what? I would like to like apologize to you sometimes when we were talking in the previous like lives. There are some things that you were talking about that I don't happen to answer. I don't know if I didn't like hear it correctly, but when I'm like editing the stuff, there are things you have questions actually that I wasn't able to answer because I might not have heard that kinda, and I'm sorry about
it so it's a language thing sometimes. It's all right, man. You're doing like a bunch of things. You're like reading off a list. You're trying to like maintain that, and then everything else. You know, you're trying to maintain the comment. You maintain the comments way more than I do.
that.
I'm just like a talking head here, man. You know what I mean? Like I got all the space for it.
And by the way, you're supposed to like send me a link to something.
Oh my god, what was it? I've been walking, so
Oh yeah,
get back
I'll
to me on
like
it.
message
Send me
you.
yeah, send me a message about it.
Anyway, like I'm moving on. Okay,
Yeah, of course.
so am I the asshole for expecting my partner to do some emotional lifting too? So I'm 29 and my partner is 30. The genders don't really matter. When we first began our relationship, a long distance relationship, I hate the local dating scene. My partner lied about some of the previous RP relationship in a game we both played amongst other things. We fought about the friend circle my partner was in because the friend group hated me because they'd seen me as an outsider at my lowest, most depressed, and decided that it was worth judging me then and there. My partner and I met up a few more times after the first meeting. But the last meeting, there was another guy who's my partner's best friend who recently left that friend group because he was a dick to them. When this guy knew my partner was coming to see me, this guy straight up dissed me. Due to this, we had another argument. And all the arguments we have had over the perception of his friend group of me and my previous lies made by whole perception of this relationship waver a lot. But when my partner finally acknowledged that I could have not been hurt. I tried to repair the relationship instead of fighting so much. And now it doesn't feel like my partner wants to do the heavy lifting emotionally like I have and piss about and I'm pissed. But am I the asshole for this expectation? It's like a little bit. I don't know. Did you
So they
do
have
you even understand the whole story?
yeah, I'm trying to hear. So they have a friend group like they had a mutual friend group. Is that what's going on here?
Oh,
And then like
so it seems like the partner has like a friend group, and
yeah,
then they when they started dating. the writer actually was introduced to this group, but the thing is
Hmm.
that most of the people from this group tend to like talk about other people. So he's one of the subjects during that one. He's not okay with it, kinda,
Gotcha.
because the writer's girlfriends would like talk or
About
you
him.
just yeah, talk about him. So one time that person met with the partner's best friend, kinda, who has been out of the group for quite some time because they have been talking about some other people. And they again dish out the writer again. So
Hmm.
he maybe the writer just wants to like, I don't know, I don't know about this one.
Yeah, it seems a little. It's a little difficult for me to follow, sort of. But in any case, if your friend, if you get all of a sudden have a friend group that's talking shit
Mhm.
about your partner
Yeah,
or whatever else, probably not a good thing. I heard something about lie. It sounds like this is just a bad relationship again. Like
yeah,
a lot of these come down to bad relationships. Whether it's like it sounds like maybe their friend group is like some favoritism there. You know what I mean? Like they had some
mm,
issues because of the friend group. If you don't have to have your partner as a part of your friend group. I'm going to say that right now. Those can be completely isolated. You know what I mean? Maybe you should have your own friends. You each have your own friends, and the only
yeah.
time
That's
they
true.
you interact with each other's friends is like when you bring all your friends together for like your wedding or something. And in which case, go more power to you. It sounds like a toxic situation. I don't know. From just like the little bits that I could
Yeah.
cohesively follow there. Yeah.
Let me think about this. At what age? I know you're a little bit young still, but at what age did you stop caring about other people?
No, I care about people. I got a heart.
Like people who are like talking bad about you.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, like you don't give a shit or something.
I've been G'd up from the feet up since I was 3 years old, bro. What do you mean?
I see.
No, yeah, and I don't think I've ever get really cared what people think about me. Yeah, at all.
Because like I was thinking actually, like aren't they aren't isn't the writer like old enough to not care about what people think about him or her?
Yeah, no,
Like
that's
this person
exactly.
is already 29.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's not like it depends on what it is. You know what I mean? If it's like a complete attack on your character, it's different than just like I mean, talking a little
Yeah,
shit. But there is the girl and friend groups do that, whether it's girls or guys. They
yeah,
will completely attack and
yeah,
eviscerate someone's character. So, like, if it was
yeah,
something like I'm not saying it was, I'm just saying if it was something like that, you have the complete right to be offended.
yeah.
But
Because
people are very
at the end of the day, those friends group won't be under your side anyway. Especially if you're
no,
going to break up in the
oh
future.
no, exactly. Yeah, they're totally not going to be on your side. You're right. They'd be on the side of the one partner or the other, whoever's their original friend.
Mm,
Yeah, exactly. No, you're right. You shouldn't care what they say. You should try to get along with them.
there's only like one comment for this one. You're the asshole. You don't sound mature enough for any relationship, but definitely not for long distance relationship.
Yeah, I missed something, missed something big time in the story. I didn't even know that they were in a long distance relationship. Yeah, we said. I think that they're kind of have a problem there completely. There is no
Mm,
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
I
hard
feel like
actually.
people have bad relationships all the time out here, and I don't get it. But then again, who am I
Mm.
to judge? Because I'm not. I haven't had a relationship in a long time, so I can't judge.
I think we just need to move on from this. I think this is stupid. I don't get it. You don't expect for your. I mean, why would you be bothered actually about your like partner's group of friends? Why not like get your own group of friends and then talk about them also?
Yeah, for real.
Don't you have
I don't get
friends?
it. Doesn't make sense to me.
Anyway, I'll try to like go away. Try to read some other stories that are not like relationship related. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Am I the asshole for kicking my sister out of my perfect life?
Yes. No. I mean, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I haven't heard the story yet.
Okay. So I 29 female have a life most people would consider perfect. I have a great husband, a good career, a nice house, savings, and a stable marriage. We travel occasionally and rarely worry about money. My younger sister Rachel, 26 female, hasn't been as lucky. Our childhood was difficult. She struggled financially and emotionally for years. I've always tried to help. I paid bills, bought some groceries, helped with car repairs, and once paid 2 months of her rent. 4 months ago, she lost her apartment and asked to stay with us for 2 weeks. She's still here. At first, it was fine, but she gradually stopped looking for housing. She uses our groceries, leaves messes, borrows things without asking, and makes comments whenever my husband and I spend money. When we bought a new couch, she said, "Must be nice to waste money like that." I finally confronted her. She said I couldn't understand struggling because I'd won the genetic lottery. I told her I knew I'd been lucky I'd spent years helping her. She replied, "You only help enough to feel like a good person." That truly hurt. I told her she needed to move out within 6 weeks. I'd help her find somewhere and contribute toward moving expenses, but she couldn't stay indefinitely. She cried and said I was abandoning her. She knew I could force my own sister to choose between homelessness and spare bedroom when I could easily afford to let her stay. My husband agrees with me. He feels terrible for Rachel but says our house doesn't feel like our home anymore. My mother thinks I'm selfish. She says that because I'm financially comfortable, I should let Rachel stay. She also reminded me that Rachel once helped me financially when I was younger. Rachel has now found an apartment with a roommate. She asked me to pay the entire security deposit. I offered half. She became furious and said, "You could afford the whole thing." I said, "I could. That doesn't mean I'm obligated." She called me selfish, and someday I'll lose everything and understand what it's like to struggle. Now I'm wondering whether I'm being cruel. I know I'm lucky. I know my sister has had a harder life, but I don't think having comfortable life means I'm responsible for providing someone else with permanent housing. I love Rachel and I'll continue helping her within reason. But I don't think my home and finances automatically belong to her because I happen to be more fortunate. Am I the asshole? This is like an easy answer.
Yeah, yeah, it's easy. It's her sister.
Yeah, Rachel.
Okay, for a second I thought it was just her friend. Yeah, I'd be like halfway through
No.
that story, it kind of became clear it was her sister. Um, yeah, dude. So what, dude? Fucking. I mean, you shouldn't let your family live on the street or whatever else, but you know what I mean. Like you're not obligated to do anything. You know,
And the
no
thing
one's
is that
obligated to do
actually,
anything for anybody.
I don't like that kind of attitude. When someone is already helping you and then you end up like being like so grumpy still,
Yeah,
you
no,
get
she's being
out
an
of my
ungrateful
house.
bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. No, I agree with you. No, yeah, no, I again like no one's obligated to do anything for anybody. The sister's being an ungrateful bitch. Like that's like the nicest way I can put it. The mom, why isn't the mom taking in Rachel? You know what I'm saying? Probably because she don't want to
Yeah.
deal with her ass
Maybe
either.
maybe Rachel is the favorite kid.
Yeah,
That happens
like
a lot.
how did how is the sister so well off if the other sister isn't? You know what I mean? Also, like how is one's life so goddamn hard but the other one's isn't? You know, like that does not often happen. You get what I'm saying?
But
Like
the thing is that like for me actually I've been
they could have even had a different upbringing. Like,
that doesn't
how's their
happen
upbringing
to
different?
anyone. Maybe she also married like a husband with like a good career. Maybe she like luckily have gotten like a good work and then suddenly became like,
Did
be
she
a
pay attention in
supervisor with
fucking
like a
school? Wasn't
greater
no ungrateful
salary
bitch.
because she was working hard maybe. And
Yeah,
this
no, that's what I'm
Rachel
saying.
seems to be like spoiled, I think.
It sounds like she's fucking
I
lazy if
mean,
she's leaving messes. Yeah, spoiled is another word for it, but there's probably two factors there because it sounds like she's making messes and taking shit that's not hers.
she's
So
also lazy. And
yeah,
you should, especially if you're just leaving at someone's house. I think the least you could do is actually clean anything that you're like um leaving, especially when you're
yeah,
like eating, you should like at least wash the dishes, especially if that person is like feeding you for free, giving you home for free. That's the
yeah. I mean,
best
like,
thing. And I mean, beggars can't be
right,
choosers.
kind of not. Yeah, kind of not. Or you shouldn't beg. Uh, what it is like you should. I'm not gonna advocate that she has to be like this, like a housemaid or anything, right? You know what I mean? But I am
No,
gonna
it's
say,
not.
like, yeah, no. Yeah,
A little
but any
gratefulness.
yeah, anything that she comes into contact, it should be like she doesn't exist there. Yeah, and she should be living there like
Yeah,
she does, like and making it like she doesn't exist there. Does that make sense? And so like so that goes like
yeah.
cleaning up her messes and all this other stuff. The only thing you should notice is her presence there, and probably limitedly that. That's like the best
I
a house gets.
don't know about this, but I used to like when I first started here in Manila. I used to live with my friends about a year. I've been um like contributing for the food, things like that, in
Mhm.
as a payment actually for like staying there
Yeah,
for the time that I was there. But the thing is that even if you're like contributing, you would feel that people would make you feel that you're not welcome anymore at some point because you've
hmm,
been staying for too long. You should know how to read the room and like get
yeah,
out of there because
no,
you will
definitely.
feel that you're already unwelcome, kinda.
No, I completely agree with you. They
Have
definitely
you even
people will
felt
definitely
that
make
way
it.
growing up?
Um, yeah, I mean, I usually don't give a shit. um, uh, we already know that I didn't really grow up at home too much, so I've stayed with friends and everything else. Usually as a child, it wasn't a big deal, but even
I see.
because like a couple of my friends let me live with them, and their
Mm,
parents let me live with them. So
I see.
yeah. But when I'd go to certain friends' houses, because like I'd stay there for like sometimes I'd stay at certain friends' houses that I didn't actually live with for like a week or something. You do
Mm.
notice. You do notice because their parents are like, "Oh, so you're still here?" Oh, they'll say stuff like that. Right? Um, and that's like the sign that's like, oh, probably should be scurrying on off out of here, right? Oh yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow. Don't worry, that kind of thing. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Let me. I'll read some of the comments. Not the asshole. She's going to keep bleeding you as long as you allow her to. Remember that no is a complete sentence, and you don't have to, nor should you, justify your decisions. You can only help the willing, and she isn't. I'd start shortly lishing your assistance. And if your mom or parents aren't in your corner, you are enabling her. She's a grown ass woman and she can figure out or go live in the basement of your folks. Been there, done that. She's just a spoiled brat who unfortunately thinks everybody owes her. She needs to grow up and learn a little responsibility. Also, if mommy thinks you should let her stay, tell her you take her in done for however long she wants. It makes sense actually when you're like, mother tries to start meddling with this. Why don't you take her? Why should I take her? She's your child.
No, for
Yes,
real. If she wants to be a spoiled brat, she should, like you said, go find a rich boyfriend she can be a brat
that's
with.
true.
It might work. Well, it probably won't. Sounds like her bad attitude will get her not very far, but she might have a
That's
place
true.
for a
Also,
year. She might get
that
that place for a year.
that attitude would irritate everyone. Actually, I think
What? Her attitude?
that attitude, like being
Yeah.
lazy, not
Hmm.
able to clean your mess up when you're like doing things in the house.
Yeah.
That would irritate me at least.
No one likes a slovenly person that's rude about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why I started to like distance myself from my family. Uh, because it, I don't know about some other people, but especially in my family, like they have been trying. I told you this, I think, right? They have been trying to ask money from me from time to
Yeah.
time, even when they don't really care what is happening with me right now. At least a simple
Mhm.
hello or like checking what's happening with my life right now before like asking money would like make me feel better. But when you're just like going directly asking money, doesn't make sense. When I've been away
There's no.
from our house for quite a while, then suddenly you will remember me. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there's no rapport building or anything like
Yeah,
that. They don't like there hasn't been a string of engagement where it seems like that there was any other reason except for the purely the question of money. Yeah, and
yeah,
people are not bank accounts that you can just withdraw funds from having not put any in. So yeah, I can completely respect the hell out of that. So you know what I mean.
yeah.
Which yeah, I don't know. Also I will get that too. I'm like, obviously I'm walking across the country, so I'm not like super flush. Um, Speaking of
So,
that, that's why I sent the 100. I even still haven't gotten the rest of that money from that guy. So
what happened to your
but
car?
oh, that's what I'm saying. That's where I got that some of that money. I sold it before I left last time.
But were
And
you able to like find that person after you went home?
no, I haven't talked. I've talked to the guy. I
So what's
basically
his
abandoned.
reason?
He didn't
What?
say he's working this, that, and the other. Some just bullshit talk. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not even trying to even get into it. It was a big ass mess for nothing. It was stupid. It seemed very cliche and everything else
Mm,
like that. I don't know. It was like, but what are you gonna do? I abandoned the vehicle in a parking lot. And it's like, yeah, go pick it up. It's yours.
I see.
So, what are you gonna do?
Okay. I'm just wondering. I'm just trying to like look for. Okay. This is a good one. Am I the asshole for returning a gift from? Uh, am I the asshole for returning a gift to my sister-in-law that was meant for my baby? So I, female 27, I'm currently 29 weeks pregnant, and um, my husband's sister, female 33, gifted us an onyx bracelet for our baby yesterday. In my country, regardless of religion, we have a custom of putting an onyx and gold bracelet on newborns. I would like to mention that I am Hindu and my husband's family are Catholic. I opened the box and observed that there is a tiny cross attached to the bracelet. Last night in bed, I told my husband I'm not comfortable with putting the bracelet on our baby simply because of the cross, since I view the object as a symbol of suffering and I don't want that energy attached to our baby. My husband said he'll ask his dad, 61, who's a goldsmith, to remove the cross. Today, my husband asked my father-in-law to remove the cross from the bracelet, and my father-in-law refused. He then proceeded to tell my sister-in-law at some point throughout the day, and it's now blown out of proportion. My sister-in-law and father-in-law are accusing me of trying to convert and control my husband and future child. This an Although this has never been an issue in my marriage, my husband is very comfortable with my religion, and he isn't even into his own religion. His mother forces him to church on Ash Wednesdays. So my husband told my father-in-law and sister-in-law to let it go. And it's not that big of a deal, but they refused to speak to us, so I decided to return the gift. My husband's entire family and my family friends are now blowing up our phones, calling me in particular an asshole for one, refusing to put the bracelet on the baby, and two, trying to stray my husband away from his faith. I'd like to add that this man has been straight and gone since before I met him. When we started dating, I made it clear that my faith was an important part of me, and if he doesn't accept that part of me, we aren't the best fit. And the man said he literally doesn't care about all of that, and that he will not ask me to change about myself. So, am I the asshole?
No, no. um, it's like one of those things. I can see why someone might think of the cross as suffering, considering it is
Yeah,
literally it's all about. Jesus is suffering. You know what I'm saying? Um, but you know what I mean. Like, and I can see why some religious people might not feel that way also because like what it also symbolizes for them. But as like an outsider, her opinion of that is completely valid. Um, Not wanting it there is fine. Um, asking the
Yeah.
religious
Yeah.
zealots to remove a cross or whatever else from the baby trinket probably wasn't the best move. Uh, I just ignore it. I just ignore them.
Here's
You know,
my
they're
here's my opinion on this one. I think she kind of overreacted about the cross. I don't-
yeah. I mean, they
but
kind
I
of overreacted.
understand. Huh?
I'm not.
What?
Yeah, I'm not saying she like. She kind of like. I don't want to say she overreacted, but like, I can't. I guess I just. She just like doesn't want it on her kid. She doesn't want to like a
Yeah, I
symbol
get
of
it. I
suffering.
think like
It's like a. I want to say
thinking
overreacted.
that
I would. It
yeah,
is weird. It's weird. It's a weird opinion.
how she reacted it is something that's a little bit different from the
It's
usual
different. Yeah.
thing. Like thinking
It's different.
about suddenly thinking about like I know it's related to like what's her term here? Symbol of suffering.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
I
saying.
get it.
That's what I was
But
kind of saying.
somehow also the cross is like a symbol of Christ saving the his people from
Resurrection
sin,
and stuff.
kinda.
Yeah, resurrection and hope and everything else like that. Yeah, and
Yeah,
yeah, like saving from sin. And no, I get that, but that's again, but she's that's not also not her religion, and that's why she when she sees a cross,
yeah,
she
that's
sees
true.
suffering. You know what I'm
So
saying?
I think
That's
since
what I'm at.
that's not her religion, she might stop like summarizing things about things that she doesn't know a lot about, kinda. Instead of like
Yeah,
judging the cross as like just the symbol of suffering, kinda. But I
yeah,
understand when like the other religious people here in the story would cross the line about overreacting when they would ask respectfully if they could like remove things and then just suddenly judge that she is erasing like the faith and things like that, you know.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think that
There
it's
is
like it's a charged topic because of the faith in general.
yeah,
I don't think she's necessarily like wrong for because some people are vibes people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to
yeah,
explain it. You know what I mean? If she thinks that the cross represents suffering and she doesn't want that to be like it indicative on the child's life, I can understand that. You know, because that's what it is for her. I think that, and then I think that she should probably just like kind of could just get over the cross thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
you might want to just get over the cross thing because obviously the parents and everything else think of it a different way. Um,
yeah.
and they're pretty serious about it, right? But
But the thing is that it's not like the cross will like change the child's attitude instantly after the child
no,
wears it, right? It doesn't make sense, at least for
no,
me. And also, there's a reason why, like, I don't have a religion right now, or like, I don't follow a specific kind of religion, because some people, like, in a specific religion, would be like a self-righteous bitch, kind of. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, definitely. See, that's the thing. Um, I think, I think the gift itself was the heart was in the right place, right? Because it
yeah,
is something that they like her religion specifically gets for their children. It just also
yeah,
happens to have so it's honoring her religion too, but it's also honoring the
yeah,
religion of the father. So I think
yeah,
it's I don't think she necessarily overreacted or is being any specific particular type of way on purpose. I think she genuinely
mm,
sees a cross and sees suffering because that honestly historically it's beyond just Jesus who was put on crosses. You know that crucifying people used to be like a thing that people did to just anyone that was
yeah,
a criminal and stuff like that for various reasons. So to
yeah.
see a cross and
That's
see
true.
suffering is totally fair. And then the parents being upset about it because they are religious and they're Catholics and stuff, it is also fair. You know what I'm saying? And I think that
Yeah,
like the gift was well thought out. I think the gift was well thought out. It honors both religions, of both the mother and the father. I think that she should get over it. She should explain to the family what she meant. She should get over it, and then the family should forgive her. because they have the power to do that and their religion says to do that, that it was a misunderstanding.
Mhm.
I think it was just a misunderstanding. Am I wrong? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, it's a misunderstanding, but I don't think the family should like make it so big, like they would like tell everyone in their
Oh,
like clan about it, you know? Do you
yeah, no,
think God will be
they're
happy
about
about
definitely
it
about the
when
kingdom.
you have been like trying to demonize someone because she doesn't want
Oh
like you?
no, no, no! Don't get me wrong. I think the family is being more rude about it.
Yeah,
Definitely. No, like you cannot attack the mother of your soon to be grandchild or niece or nephew or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Over across. You know what I mean? That isn't her religion at all in the first place, and it is going on her child. You know what I'm saying? It, I
and I'm
think that
just wondering also, why is her husband not standing up that much? Why did her husband try to allow this actually for his family to be doing this already in this kind of extent that all of the other relatives would know about this one?
I think he asked. It sounds like he asked the father, right, to
Yeah,
remove it. So he probably didn't think the son probably didn't think it was a super big deal at first,
yeah,
and then
that's
it
true.
became a really big deal. And then the dad was probably doing making him feel like, what I mean, feel some type of way, and they kind of like belittled the son or whatever.
Yeah,
And now maybe he's just not. He doesn't have like a spine.
yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't explain super well to the dad why. That's what I'm saying. This goes into communication. Like, why didn't they talk to her about it? That's the thing with religious
That's
people. They often are just like crazy fuckers for no fucking reason. I
the
hate to be
thing is
like that.
that actually like they're trying to be the good one, but the thing is that they won't even are open actually to like hear things from other perspective, which is so hypocritical of them, kinda. They
Yeah,
would
no, exactly,
say that, huh? What?
exactly. Yeah, no, they're attacking the daughter there, who doesn't have the same religion of them, and demonizing her for
Yeah,
having a particular opinion about an object that goes on her child, without
yeah.
having the discussion with her at all about it, right? So
They would
it could be a
say
simple
like
discussion.
they would say like being Christian is like the religion of love, and here you are judging other people. I don't think that's like lovely. Do you think you
No,
will like go
no,
straight to heaven if you're like judging other religions also? Kind of
no,
so
exactly. That's what I'm
hypocritical.
saying. Oh, you're automatically a witch because you don't want to cross on your
Uh,
baby. Yeah,
yeah.
like no, burn the witch. Yeah, no, that's. I don't think you go to. I don't think that's how that works at all. Exactly.
Yeah. I don't think going to church every Sunday will like clean your sins immediately when you're such you know
I'm
an
pretty sure.
evil
I'm pretty sure.
person on the 6 days of the week.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure the Bible says that you get into heaven through good acts. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? I can't remember the
there.
full quote there, but it's literally about you
Mm,
get through the gates of heaven through your good acts and deeds, not through going to fucking church. You know what I'm saying? Like
how
it
would
is
you like invite other people actually to join your religion when you are so judgmental?
exactly how you can't.
Was
You're not.
was
Yeah,
Jesus like was Jesus like open to all of the sinners? He would drink with like tax collectors, criminals, things like that. And here you are judging people. Just kidding.
exactly, dude. Like what is it? Mary Magdalene or whatever was a fucking like
Yeah,
a literal whore. You know what I'm saying? Like or Maid
but she's
Magdalene,
not
whatever.
like a whore.
What's the one
There
that
was
was
a
a
whore.
prostitute? Yeah, which one
Yeah,
was the prostitute or
they
whatever?
like link Mary Magdalene as the prostitute, but the thing is that she's not really the prostitute. There was like a pope who like declared that she was the prostitute, but it wasn't really mentioned that Mary Magdalene is the prostitute. They just like
Yeah.
connected a person to Mary Magdalene. So
But anyway, but yeah, what I'm saying, but that's the thing. Yeah, Jesus was hanging out with prostitutes and like drunks and all this
yeah,
other shit. You know what I mean? And he wasn't. He was powering down with those guys. You know, it's like, hey, yeah, dude, I get that you're like this and doing this thing and whatever else, but let me teach you the good deed of the or the good word of the Lord or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So it's like, what the fuck?
but
You know what I mean?
the thing also is that actually, I Jesus came down here, as I have like read or like was taught to us actually. Jesus came down here actually to teach two things: love God above all things and love your neighbors as you love yourself. It
Exactly.
doesn't
Yeah.
it didn't teach about like forcing someone's faith in it. The only thing that he taught us is to be human, kinda. So love
Yeah.
God above
Exactly.
all things and love your neighbor as you love yourself.
He taught us not to be a fucking asshole, is what he taught us. Like,
Yeah.
if anything. Yeah. Um.
Even actually with the Ten Commandments, it could be divided into two things. The first four commandment is love God above all things, and 6 to 10 actually is love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Yeah. Exactly. And I don't want to be that guy, but like, there's lots of translation problems with the Ten Commandments. Even like English that it's yeah, it's in anyway. That's why
I
you got
know.
to read like the
I
Hebrew version.
I kinda memorized the Ten Commandments growing up because I was in a Catholic school until high school, and I have seen some differences also. Even like with I told you this, right? That's why I'm like out of
Yeah.
religion right now, because even the teachings in the Roman Catholic and the Protestants are like different also.
Yeah, no, and it all goes down to like translations and
Yeah,
how literal different sections are and all that shit. You know what I mean? If you want to,
yeah.
what is it, the Talmud or the Tanakh or something like that? Talmud's the book of Genesis, like the first book, the Old Testament, right? It's the Hebrew Bible.
We call it
Anyway,
Torah.
the Torah. Oh God, no, I was thinking of two other texts that are Talmud and Tanakh, or like another other Jewish text. Sorry, the Torah. Sorry, AITA.
Oh,
I'm stupid as fuck sometimes. Anyway, yeah, if
I thought
you want to
it's
know
like
what,
another
that's
version.
probably the closest version to the actual Bible you're gonna get. Anyway,
Hmm.
but yeah, I don't do religion just because of hypocrites, heretics, and zealots myself.
I think
So
they're like yeah, they're like mistranslation of a lot of things actually. I think a dove is not really used in the real like books. They're using a different bird because there's no dove actually kinda in the Middle East. I think they're
exactly.
using like a crow or something. I don't know. I forgot. I was like watching like a documentary about how they changed some of the words in the English translation just to fit the idea to the people who are reading it, kind of.
Yeah, no, exactly. You have to. You actually have to because there are lots of words, even from like it's again from the Torah, cannot be
Yeah,
translated into to English because there are no fucking words that actually match what it means.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a thou shalt not steal is thou shalt not kidnap. Like that's actually a better translation. That's a better translation to what it's actually supposed to mean. But we don't. And I only know that because of some video on YouTube and of some guy who is a linguist who was talking about Hebrew and English translations. And it's like I wouldn't know that if I
You
didn't know
know
my
what's
subject.
weird? You know what's weird? Actually, I just there's like a commandment in the Ten Commandments saying, "Thou shalt not covet your neighbor's goods." The whole time, actually growing up, I thought actually it's just stealing your neighbor's goods. I just realized recently that covet is not really stealing. It's like being,
To want, to want,
yeah,
be
want
envious.
those things. Being,
Yeah.
what's the
If you're
term?
envious and you want their stuff,
Envious, yeah, and being envy.
yeah.
I thought it was stealing. I just realized recently, well, like, oh, covet is like being
To
envious of some other people's things.
Yeah, it's because to be covetous leads to the act of theft. When you
Yeah,
covet something, it leads to negative behaviors that would either lead you to steal that thing or do something bad to obtain it. That's why to covet something is not good.
yeah.
But yeah, not to like
Well, it's
preach here,
like in the
saying like
ninth or
also
tenth,
really
so it's not
religious
as
at one
bad.
point.
It's in the like the 10th commandment, so it's not as bad as
The worst
killing.
part is there's like 300 or 600 some fucking commandments. It's not even just 10 commandments. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah,
You're not
they
supposed to
have
be
like a book
adulterous and
for
all so
like
much other stuff.
rules. They have like a book for rules in the first five. It's in
Yeah,
Leviticus. It's covered
Leviticus.
with
Yeah, the
rules.
law. It's the law. Yeah, that's what it's called. Leviticus means the
Even
law.
in Genesis. Even in Genesis, there are like two stories of creation. So I don't know. Do you know that
Yeah,
there are two stories of creation in Genesis?
yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. It's like it's all about interpretation and shit. You
Mm,
know what I mean? Like people can be religious, and I think it's great that people are religious, but only when they're actually religious and not just fucking assholes because of their religion. You know what I'm saying? That's the big difference.
I
I
don't
mean,
really get this also why most of the time most religious people would like act like an asshole and believe that they're like the higher kind of being compared to like other people when it is literally taught actually in especially in Roman Catholic to be like
all
a
religions
loving
basically.
person, not be judgy. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't at all. Makes no sense at all. It's like, have you read your religious text, Mister or Mrs.? Like, your book literally says that you're acting the way that is not good. Like, you're acting
Yeah,
against what your teachings are. It's even in like the things like the Rig Veda, like or the Vedas, not the Rig Veda
yeah,
specifically, but even in the Vedas of like Hinduism and stuff like that, it's like that. The Book of Mormon. Again, like the Torah is obviously basically the Bible, but like the Tanakh, Talmud, these things, got the Quran, even it's like if you read these things, uh, even at like at any like basic level, even if it's like like a revised, summarized version of these books, you'll find that it yeah, it is about being a good person. Don't be a fucking
yeah.
asshole. Treat people with
Even at
dignity
one
and respect.
time, Even at one time, actually, Jesus tried to defend a prostitute, which they kind of. This is the one where, like, they connected Mary Magdalene to this prostitute. Even one time, Jesus said, actually, if you're, let the one who is not sinful or who has sins be
Cast the
the
first
one to
stone.
like throw stones on her. Yeah,
Yeah,
right. And the one threw a stone because everyone has sinned at one point, actually.
yeah. No, those without sin cast the first stone. Exactly. And obviously the whole point of that is that no one is. So like
Yeah.
get fucked. Like it's basically a
Uh,
big middle finger to everyone there.
So don't be like a self-righteous bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Don't. What would have been funny? Because like they talk about Jesus not having ever sinned before. If he just like picked
Uh,
up a rock and hucked it at
and then just throw. No, he stopped the people from throwing. Then he will be the one like to throw the
her.
rock on the prostitute.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's
I
just
just,
like meme worthy, super meme
I just
worthy.
like dark humor. My God, he
Yeah,
could have done
yeah.
that actually.
That's what I'm saying. He could have been the one to pick up the stone and throw it. But he didn't. He didn't. Thank God, right? Like whatever.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Well, anyway, I should get going, dude. This has been a really good one. We'll do some more later
Oh sure.
of the readings and stuff.
Take care.
Take care.